Hey, and welcome back to my channel. Let's continue our discussion on software development teams, specifically the integral role of the product designer. In our last video, we explored the product designer's many responsibilities in bridging the gap between the software engineers who write the code that makes the product work and the product managers who make high-level decisions regarding the direction of the project and ensures it stays on track. Product designers are responsible for taking the product manager's requests and translating them into something the end user can interact with. They plan, design, and execute the user experience, or UX, which determines how the customer or client ends up navigating and using the finished product. They go by many names: experience designer, information architect, interaction designer, experience architect. And these can also be separate individual roles on a larger design team. The product designer is ultimately a problem-solving role. They take the research done by the product manager and define specific problems the user or client encounters in their current workflow. It's really up to them to find the most effective and attractive solution while also considering the needs of the business. Product designers utilize visualization tools such as wireframes, prototypes, and even high-fidelity designs to present their solutions to the client in order to test their real-world application. If the tests are successful and the client is happy, they continue to develop the solution. If not, it's back to the drawing board. If you want to learn more about the role of a product designer, you can also check out my previous video, What is a Product Designer? In this video though, we're going to go a little deeper into product design, specifically what it takes to become one. We'll explore the skills and knowledge that product designers utilize, as well as the many paths one can take in securing a job as a product designer. But as always, before we get started, please don't forget to like, subscribe, click that bell. It really means a lot and helps us a lot with the algorithm. How to become a product designer. Like the previous software development roles we've covered, there isn't one way to go about becoming a product designer. Indeed, current product designers have wide, diverse backgrounds, and some even moved into the role from another unrelated fields. This is because aside from the specific technical knowledge and design skills needed to be a product designer, the soft skills and attributes are applicable to all sorts of careers and are easily transferable to the product designer role. Soft skills. These are skills that many people use every day, both in and out of a software development context. In the world of product design, you'll be interacting and conducting interviews with other people to determine what issues they are having with their current workflow, and trying to also determine how they interact with the software they use on a daily basis. As such, you'll need to be communicative and collaborative with excellent interpersonal skills. This process will also require you to be deeply invested in how humans interact with technology. This is especially important and where the most important soft skill comes into play. Empathy. Think about it. The people you'll be developing software for are not technical experts. It's likely that they have experienced some amount of frustration using the software currently available to them. It might be software you're familiar with, so empathy is key here. You'll need to understand the underlying causes of people's technological issues, whether that be with the software itself or with the user. Finally, similarly to the role of the product manager, you have to be flexible and adaptable. A product designer's responsibilities evolve based on the development process. You will need to be able to multitask and switch gears quickly and efficiently in order to cover the amount of ground that a product designer treads every day. At the beginning of the development cycle, you'll be conducting research, defining problems, and drafting solutions. As the product is built, you continue to design and structure it, ensuring usability and aesthetics. Finally, as the software is released, you will do a bit of both sides, collect feedback and adjust and update the software as needed. Hard skills. Being a diverse role, the hard skills you'll need to learn to become a great product designer are varied. For the first stages of development, you'll need to be experienced in research gathering and data analysis. You also need to know how to take the analysis and translate it into a problem that can be solved and then presented to the user in the form of a piece of software. At the same time, you'll also need to be knowledgeable on the business end of things, understanding how design affects business metrics. Finally, you'll need to have experience with the specific skills of a product designer: user experience design and writing, wireframing, prototyping, and proofing. Knowledge of coding languages isn't required but will be incredibly helpful in fully understanding the process of software development and design. Do you need a degree? Many working product designers receive bachelor's degrees before moving into the field. However, this isn't necessary. Product and UX design is a new field, and there aren't a lot, if any, degree programs dedicated to it. The good news is if you do plan on attending college for a career in product or UX development, you have a lot of flexibility as to how you go about it. The closest majors you'll get to the subject are human-computer interaction, interaction design, and information architecture. These are technically oriented majors that will cover a lot of the hard skills needed to succeed in the world of product development, but they aren't your only options. When considering your path ahead, there are 3 elements you can focus on. The first is human interaction. This includes subjects like psychology, philosophy, sociology, and anthropology. These subjects will prepare you for the research and development side of the job, as you will learn to understand how humans interact with each other as well as the computer software they use. The second element is the technical side of the job. Computer science, information technology, web design, software architecture, and coding will give you the hands-on technical knowledge you'll need to actually construct the product itself. Finally comes the third element, design. This is focused more on the artistry and aesthetics and doesn't play into the role as heavily as human interaction and technology, but will still be valuable in your production design journey. This includes graphic, visual, and UI design, and even copywriting. A lot of time and money is invested in getting a bachelor's degree. Consider instead going for an associate's degree, which will provide the skills needed while cutting back on time and money. If you decide to go this route, you might also be interested in attending a product design certification class or bootcamp for further experience. Certifications and bootcamps. As we discussed in our previous videos, many schools and organizations offer computer science and technology bootcamps that allow people of all skill levels to quickly and easily gain the knowledge necessary to enter the world of software development without the commitment of a multi-year college program. Design bootcamps aren't as common as programming or development bootcamps, but there's still plenty of offerings to choose from provided by reputable sources. Here's a look at just a few of them. Coursera, Google UX Design Professional Certificate. Coursera is an incredible resource for comprehensive courses and classes on all sorts of different subjects from industry professionals. I can think of a few companies more appropriate for a UX design class than Google. This is a beginner-level online course with about 10 hours of work a week and will introduce you to the fundamental design concepts necessary for an entry-level position. The best part? The course content is free, with only a small charge for a certificate of completion once the course is ended. Interaction Design Foundation. Certificates and bootcamp. At just under $200 a year for certificate courses, with bootcamps ranging from $1,000 to $2,000, the Interaction Design Foundation is one of the more accessible options available. There are smaller self-guided courses available for a small yearly fee and reward you with a certificate of completion. Their 6 to 9 week bootcamps cover all sorts of topics from fundamentals all the way to getting a job in the field. Nielsen Norman Group, UX Training and Bootcamps. Nielsen Norman Group, or NN/G, was founded by Don Norman, the man who invented the phrase user experience, while working at Apple. Along with Jacob Nielsen, known for his intuitive web design skills, this has to be one of the most appropriate places to learn UX design skills. Their programs include specialty recognition, which requires passing 5 courses, and UX Master Certification, which means completing an additional 10 courses. Additionally, you only pay for the courses you take as well as the exams for certification. The most expensive option here, 5 courses cost $3,205 with additional $80 charge for the necessary exams, totaling $400. Bootcamps and certification courses are some of the most effective ways to build your resume and portfolio while gaining valuable real-world experience. Just like the other software development roles we've researched, there is no one way to become a product designer. In fact, many successful product designers came into the job from completely unrelated fields. This role is particularly geared towards easily transferable soft skills, so if you're interested in becoming a UX or product designer but stuck in an unrelated job, don't fret. Consider taking a certification course or bootcamp to get the technical skills you need. Alternatively, you can look into an associate or even bachelor's degree, which will provide exposure to both the soft and hard skills a UX designer uses. Regardless, the UX designer is one of the most, if not the most, integral role of a software team. They act as the bridge between the developers and the users. If you have any questions or additional thoughts regarding product designers and how to become one, please comment below. If you enjoyed this, again, please consider liking, subscribe, and click that bell. It really means a lot and really helps us out with the algorithm. You can also add me on Instagram and TikTok, as I try my best to post daily. Thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one.